Good morning. I'll call to order the Arapahoe County Board of County Commissioners public meeting today, May 12, 2020, and call the meeting to order. Ron Carl, County Attorney, is on the call, as well as Jolene Sanchez, Clerk to the Board Administrator. Ms. Sanchez, would you call the roll of the board, please?
Yes, Commissioner Conti.
Good morning.
Good morning. Commissioner Sharp.
Here.
Commissioner Baker.
Good morning. Here.
Good morning. Commissioner Jackson.
I'm here. Thank you.
Commissioner Owen.
Here. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation,
under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
With liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everyone. Mr. Carl, do we have any modifications to the agenda this morning?
No, there are no modifications.
Okay. I'll ask for a motion to adopt the agenda as presented.
I so move. Bill Holman.
Kathleen Conti, second.
Motion made by Commissioner Holland, seconded by Commissioner Conti. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Abstentions? Hearing none, motion passes unanimously. This is a time during our meeting that we take citizen comment. Is there anyone on the line who would like to speak and about anything that is not on the agenda? And you'll need to press *3 to unmute yourself. Hearing no one, I'll move on to close the public comment period and move on to the consent agenda and entertain a motion for approval of the consent agenda.
Madam Chair, I'll move approval of the consent agenda. This is Kathleen Conti.
Second, that's by Bill Holland.
Motion made by Commissioner Conti, seconded by Commissioner Holland. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Abstentions? Thank you. Any opposed or abstentions? Hearing none, motion passes unanimously. We have one general business item this morning. It's GDP 18-005, Towns at Cherry Creek Mylar signing extension request. Our presenter is Kathleen Hammer, Planner 2, Public Works and Development. Our attorney on this matter is Mr. Robert Hill, Senior Assistant County Attorney. It is general business, but Mr. Hill, is there a foundation you'd like to set?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. This extension request does not require a public hearing. It has been noticed by posting in accordance with open meetings law. The board has jurisdiction to proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Hill. Ms. Hammer, would you like to go ahead and do the presentation, please?
Good morning, Commissioners. Kathleen Hammer, Planner 2 with Public Works. Today before you is a request for a Mylar extension submittal. Cynthia Myers with Century Communities is requesting this extension of time for the General Development Plan, known as GDP 18-005. Staff does support an additional 12-month extension due to the COVID-19 emergency, as well as other reasons included in this report. The board originally approved this GDP in February of 2019. The applicant did receive a 12-month extension from the Planning Division Manager, as the Land Development Code allows. That 12-month extension was set to expire on April 27, 2020. Please note the county is currently reviewing the related specific development plan and the preliminary plat. If those two items are approved, the applicant will need to submit an administrative site plan and a final plat prior to building permit. The applicant is requesting the 12-month extension of time for two reasons, as they stated in their letter attached to your report. The underlying property owner does not want to encumber any consequence, encumber or incur any additional costs to remove or amend the zoning, and the issues surrounding the COVID-19 and possible delays. If the county does not feel a 12-month extension request is appropriate, the applicant is requesting an additional 2 months to prepare milers and obtain signatures, since the expiration date was April 27, 2024. Staff does support this 2-month extension to allow the applicant to get their final documents ready, and that is only if the board does not feel a 12-month extension is appropriate. As I stated earlier, the staff recommends approval of this request. Cynthia Myers with Century Communities is on the phone with us and would like to say a few things, but I stand for questions if you have any now.
Are there any questions right now for Ms. Hammer?
Yeah, this is Commissioner Jackson. I have two. Probably the first one is pretty easy. Where is this development? I have forgotten.
It's on Colorado, Quebec, the southwest corner.
Okay, all right, now I remember. Okay, and then could you walk us through why staff is recommending the shorter extension rather than the longer? I did read the BSR. I don't remember reading that. But could you just explain it to us, because we're going to have to vote on that.
Yes, so I don't know if I made this clear, but staff is actually supporting the 12 months. And the alternative for the 12 months is the 2 months.
Okay, I guess I misheard you. Okay, thank you. And could you just explain what the thinking is on the longer extension rather than the shorter?
Sure. So, as you know, the current COVID issues have caused some delays, but one of the other reasons is that the underlying property owner has concerns because the applicant needs to continue 2 more steps prior to actually getting approval to build on this land. So I'll ask Cynthia Meyer to follow up with that as well.
Thank you.
Any other questions of Ms. Hammer? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and welcome Ms. Myers, and you do need to press *3 to unmute yourself. But welcome, Ms. Myers. Why don't you go ahead?
One minute. 1 minute, Commissioner. We'll take her live right now.
Hi, this is Cynthia Myers. Can everybody hear me?
We can. Thank you.
Okay, I'm sorry. Good morning, Commissioners. This is Cynthia Myers from Communities. I appreciate you taking the time to hear this amongst all the other things I'm sure you're dealing with these days. I hope everyone's happy and well. We are asking for this extension as we have an underlying seller who is really making the request because if something should happen that we did not get approved through the future processes that we will be submitting through the county staff and through your review and approval, they did not want to have to go back and spend additional funds to have this removed, or if some other plan came in, or they ended up selling to a different user or those kind of things. So this is really the request from the underlying property owner that they would like everything to come together and be completed concurrently, so that they have a feeling that they have a good feeling that everything is going to move forward to completion. We're recording something on their property. And I really don't have a whole lot else to say. If there's any questions, I'm happy to answer those.
Are there any questions for Ms. Myers?
Thank you. This is Commissioner Jackson again. Ms. Myers, if you don't mind, could you explain the 2-month extension versus the 12-month extension and why you're requesting the longer? I'm not opposed to it. I'm just curious as to the reasoning behind it, just for the record.
Well, certainly, we have asked for the longer extension because, as Ms. Hammer said, we do have 2 processes that are fairly significant in the amount of time that it takes to do the appropriate reviews and referrals and public hearings that are associated with those. And that's why we are asking for the 12 months. If the county commissioners did not believe that time frame was appropriate and did not want to grant the underlying property owners wish that everything sort of come together at the same time, we are simply asking for a 2-month extension so that we could go ahead and get the GDP recorded as it is now. That would put the underlying property owner in a position that if for some reason our proposals didn't get approved down the line, they would have to come back and either modify or change that at their expense. And they're willing to do that. They would prefer not to, and that's why we're asking for the 12 months. But in order to keep things moving forward, if we absolutely have to, we would do the 2 months just so we could get signatures and get it recorded.
Thank you. That was very clear. Thank you.
Sure.
Any other questions for Ms. Myers? Okay, thank you very much. Appreciate your comments. Is there a motion that one of the commissioners would like to make?
I think that's in my district, so
yeah, I'm sorry. I apologize. Let me just ask if there's anyone on the line, if there are any citizens who would like to speak on this issue. And remember, it's *3 to unmute. Okay, sorry for the interruption. Commissioner Jackson, go ahead, please.
No problem. In the case of GDP 18-005, Township of Cherry Creek General Development Plan, the County Commissioners have reviewed the staff report, including all exhibits and attachments, and have listened to the applicant's presentation. I hereby move to approve this application based on the findings in the staff report, subject to the following condition. 1. Prior to the signature of the final copy of these plans, the applicant must address Public Works staff comments and concerns.
This motion made by Baker. Oh, go ahead, Commissioner Baker.
I was just going to second.
Okay, thank you. Motion made by Commissioner Jackson, seconded by Commissioner Baker. Any further questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Any opposed or abstentions? Hearing none, motion passes unanimously. Thank you, and thank you, Ms. Myers. Good luck to you. And are there any commissioner comments? Okay, hearing none, meeting is adjourned, and our next meeting, we have a drop-in at 10:30, and it's just a quick one, so let's be sure and be back at 10:30. Thanks so much.